So I just did my first short, and I thought I'd do a short video. I'm actually waiting on doing some laundry. Just put my kids to bed. Um, so I thought I'd talk a little bit about the state of precious metals right now. And I want to preface this video by saying that I am not a financial advisor. I have no business telling you what to do with your money. Some of you might be familiar. It's funny because and I'm not going to say any names because I have no beef with the guy. Like, I absolutely love his content, have been watching it for a while now. But just recently, I commented on a video, and I will say this man's name because I don't think he'd mind. I just want to be clear that, I have nothing bad to say about the first dude either. I did comment on his video, however, where there was a subliminal line or two in his video throwing shade at, and very mildly, I want to say. He wasn't like talking, mad shit or whatever. He was just throwing a little shade towards Chris Duane, the creator of the Silver Shield line. I would not call them. I don't know I would say they're actually numismatic because I don't know. I have to do some research. I don't do much eBay shopping or whatever, but especially his mini mintage line. From what I understand, those go on eBay for a lot just after a few years. So I would say they're at least semi-numismatic. They're not generic rounds, I wouldn't say, but they are rounds. They're not coins, no type of bullion, anything like that. But Chris is of the opinion that he's a passionate individual. He wants to change the world. I feel like that still to this day a little bit. I'm not quite as passionate as I used to be about changing the world. I got to get in control of my world first. But anyway, that's an issue for a whole nother series of videos there. But anyway, so as to my original statement, forgive me guys, blame it on my ADD, baby. But anyway, none of us YouTubers, well, I'm sure there are some, but none of the guys I watch are financial advisors. And when I say us YouTubers, please, any established YouTubers, don't take any offense to that. I just decided to start dabbling. I've been thinking about it for a long time. Right now I'm shooting videos on my cell phone. I have not invested in any equipment yet. I do have a friend who is coming back from Arizona, and that's the reason I've decided to go ahead and get started a little bit with my amateur equipment here, as you can clearly see. But the information is still good, and like I said, I want to preface this with, none of us are financial advisors, at least the guys I watch. I'm sure there are some financial advisors, like actual financial advisors that have YouTube channels, and perhaps even some that deal directly in precious metals. But with that long intro out of the way, excuse my shaky hands here, goodness gracious. With that long intro out of the way, I want to get into the subject, the meat and potatoes of this video, and that is where it's at right now, kind of what my short was about. This is where it's at. If you're wanting to buy silver right now, everything is ridiculous premiums. Generic rounds even, you can see $5-6 premiums. Eagles anywhere from $9 to $15-16, depending on where you're going sometimes and what you're seeing. And this, I'm telling you right now, this right here, this is where it's at. This particular bar was purchased on SD Bullion. I am not affiliated with SD Bullion in any way. They were the first dealer that I've only been stacking for a short time now, and there's been things going on in my life, a divorce, trying to restart my life, kind of put a pause on everything, not very good financials there for a while. And so kind of put a pause on my stacking. But I started not long before the COVID-19 pandemic first started. We're not even going to go there. I'll probably address that on another channel or in another video or something, but we're not even going to go there. But I mean, like, I just had a feeling like where it was time to start putting some of my thoughts into practice. You know, I've been talking about this stuff for years, about how fractional reserve banking is basically a Ponzi scheme, and they always knew it was going to be this way. You have to think of it as a mathematical equation. To keep their FDIC insurance, they only have to hold 10% of their deposits. So anytime that they get, a new loan, a new customer, a new account, they only have to hold 10% of what is quote unquote in that account, and then they have a lot of freedom with that other 90% to create new loans and just digitally create dollars out there in the ether. Dollars are not certificates like they used to be. Dollars used to be a certificate, a promise in either silver and gold, because let's face it, folks, this is what it is. This is what it's been for thousands of years. I don't care about like what kind of craziness the world has been going through for the last I'd say 50, 60 years, but especially in the last decade or so, and especially even more so in the last 5 years or so. Like, things are just getting ramped up. And I've been talking about this stuff for a while, and this is it. This is money. By definition, to be money, it has to be a store of value. And that paper that you're using every day, I mean, before long, ask the Venezuelans, that's going to be toilet paper. So, but I mean, in my opinion, right now, this bar I got for just over $2 above spot price. And I got the lowest price available. Well, I'm not a big buyer by any means. I only ordered one, so you can get lower prices as you order more. I don't. Sometimes with some items that isn't the case. It's a flat price no matter how many you order. I'm not particularly sure on this one. I can't remember. But I was only buying one regardless because that's what my budget called for. And I mean, that's the biggest thing, is staying inside your budget. I mean, you're going to stack or collect, because those are two different things. You're going to stack or collect whatever your heart and your mind tells you to. And right now, my heart and mind is telling me, as much as I love the Silver Shield stuff, it's artwork on, I used to do like a half and half ratio. Like, I would have almost like by the ounce, like half either Eagles or Constitutional in ounces, and then half Silver Shield. That was just the way. I mean, I threw in some generic bars here and there, generic rounds here and there if I found a good deal. But I mean, that's the formula I tried to stick with. I wanted to support Silver Shield because even though the world may not be ready for the type of stuff Chris Duane promotes, I don't even know if his videos are up anymore. They've been up and down a couple times. The YouTube channel is The Greatest Truth Never Told. I don't agree with absolutely everything the dude says. He's not like my sage or my messiah or anything like that, or like my absolute authority on the matter. But the dude walks his talk. He does know his history. And I mean, you gotta respect the passion and the effort. The dude has put out thousands upon thousands of hours of video for several years now, and I mean, he's created his own line. It's basically artwork on silver and copper and gold. And I don't know if they mess with platinum and palladium. I'm not sure. I don't think so. At least the last time I bought some, I don't think they had any platinum or palladium product for sale. However, right now, this is what my heart and mind is telling me to buy. This is the cheapest. This is the cheapest premium right now you're going to find on just generic bars. Of course, as you go up in weight, you're probably going to find better deals. But I mean, they're I mean, just pennies. You know, you're not going to find super great deals as opposed like, oh, am I going to get it cheaper per ounce if I go, you know, from a 5 ounce to a 10 ounce? You know, I've never bought kilo or 100 ounce bars. I'm not there. I'm not at that level. There may be a difference there, but if you're going, you know, 1 to 5 ounce, 5 to 10 ounce, the difference in premium is going to be nominal. And premiums are just ridiculous these days, guys. If you're just getting into silver stacking, this is not normal. I'm not an authority on the subject. I've only been doing it since just like 2018. But I have spent a lot of hours researching, watching videos, trying to learn. And there was a time, like when I first started stacking, you know, it was not abnormal, you know, to get eagles for like what I got this at, you know, on a sale, or $3 or $4 over spot. My life has been kind of chaotic. I mean, it's hard to keep track of timelines and when the premiums were higher, when they were lower, all that. But I know, you know, if you're just getting into it, you know, maybe with the Reddit Silver guys, or, you know, some of the other movements that are going on, it escapes me right now. But in my opinion, and like I said, this is only my opinion, this is where it's at right now. This is what you want to go to. I think at some point it's not going to matter what kind of silver you have. It's just going to matter that you have it. I would like to think that most people in the silver community realize that silver is artificially undervalued. There's a long way to go. I think the COMEX is a long way from being shut down or anything like that. But there, you know, in the last couple of years, people have gone to jail. Some banksters have gone to jail. That's encouraging. I mean, and especially, like I said, I mean, you got to think these criminals have known. I mean, the Federal Reserve opened in 1913. These criminals have known since 1913. This is a mathematical equation. You know, this fiat currency is going to bottom out. And they've always known it. And it's never been about preserving the well-being of the people in this country, because the Federal Reserve is not federal. It has no reserves. It isn't a government institution. It can't be audited by the government. Our government is so corrupt right now anyway that they wouldn't audit it to begin with. But yeah, I mean, you know, silver maybe, you know, 20 some bucks an ounce right now. And I'm not one of those people that's going to tell you it's going to go up to hundreds or thousands of dollars anytime soon. I do believe it will hit 3, possibly 4 digits before I die. And I'm not, you know, I'm in my late 30s. I'm not quite 40 years old yet. So I do think in my lifetime, provided the absence of a somewhat soon and untimely death, you can see this one is kind of banged up. It just came in a little tiny Ziploc bag, just big enough to hold it. It's not encased in any kind of plastic like any silver. I just, you know, I went ahead and just took it out of the bag. I don't care if it gets scuffed up. I did it mainly to just put it in my children's hands. I don't let anyone handle like my Silver Shield stuff. It stays in the sleeves, whatever. I just wanted to get this in their hands. I wanted them to feel it. I wanted them to feel the weight, feel the temperature, feel the, you know, how it felt on their hands and on their skin. You know, this is something special. Jesus wasn't sold for gold. And, you know, I'm not one of those people. I'm not going to, you know, tell you how to live your life. I have been on the other side of that coin and know all the reasons not to believe. But I do consider myself a believer now, and that's a subject matter for a whole nother channel as well. And I do intend to branch out and have several channels. But this is Precious Metals, and yeah, guys, this is where it's at right now. This is where you're going to get your best deals. And like I said, I don't think it's going to matter what kind of silver you have so much as do you have it. And that's just my opinion. I know this is a crappy little first video to go out, and I'm like I'm long and drawn out and lose track of things, but yeah, this is just the first, so hopefully it gets a lot better, and hopefully some of you guys enjoy it along the way.